Greetings, my dear Virgo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. This reading is for Virgo, and we are continuing on our mutable series. It shall be completed soon. Sorry for the delay. I've been quite busy with personals and other things. Amongst other things, I have also been centering in my energy personally to continue on the path of discernment and also of higher learning. So welcome back to my channel, and I do welcome you, my dear Virgo. I shall be building for you 3 portals for the month of April 2020. This is your situationship reading done by Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun, April 2020 for Virgo, the sign of Virgo. I will start off using the 1890 deck from BP Guimont from Paris, France, and yeah, it should be somewhat edifying for you to know that 3 portals will be opened, and from these you can choose to take what you will, take only what you will, and create for yourself some sort of narrative from the 3 portals to help you with anything that may be blocking you in terms of karmic resonance with situations with others or situations in general, whatever you find yourself in. Remember, this is entertainment. However, I do lean towards spiritual healing of some sort. If you're not a spiritualist, perhaps you should shut this stream down. Otherwise, please, welcome. And now, if you will, close your clear your mind, if you will. Please relax, and if any thoughts flow through, let them flow through. Focus on the out-breath. Slow and methodical. Relax, clear your mind. Thank you. Okay, this deck is ready. Right. There is a strong indication that you have unleashed something that was once blocking you, and now you're on the process, the path. It's as if a rite of passage, but something that you have been desiring for quite some time has finally come. And there is the energy that is shining light on a situation that is about cooperation, about cohabitation, about coexisting, being with each other. There is also a possibility that you have been a bit battle-born and perhaps aged in what you are trying to bring about. There's an aged quality to it, but also it's filled with a passion that is undying to reach this harmony, to reach this peak, there is also a revelation here about your desires. Your desires meet head-on with a form of karma that is trying to balance itself out. Justice is approaching, and victory will be coming when it comes to this situation, whichever you had in mind. Also, the energy of Taurus is strong here, as well as Libra so far, and anything that has to do with Saturn, Aquarius, and potentially Capricorn. There's something very, very intensely karmic here that has to do with someone you have essentially looked past and found your happiness after a great realization. It's as if you are gazing beyond this situation to find your true happiness. And this is an act of victory. At the same time, someone is out there looking for victory with you and trying to re-enter or to bring to you love or bring to you a type of romance. Now, when it comes to this, there is going to be a reversal or perhaps a challenge, and there is the opportunity as well to rise above some sort of situation of injustice. I think there is possibly going to be a type of an offer that matures, as well as something that you have been trying to cut out. And there's this constant motif that is occurring for you. Something that you're after, my dear Virgo, is on the quest for bringing your consciousness higher, raising your vibration higher so that you can be completely content with what you have. But at the same time, you are being challenged, and the structures that dictate your life, as well as the things that dictate your life. How about you establish yourself in a society or in a relationship is being redefined, constantly redefined. And in a way, you are bringing this about. The desire to reach a higher state of being or a higher state of not only detachment but also of realization. There's something that you are meeting head on, and very soon there is an element of a new love situation that could potentially require you to figure out how to balance the essence of the situation, which is essentially something very much driven on something you have to learn through either a humbling of you or perhaps some form of rebalancing of what you aesthetically think is proper in, say, romance. When it comes to this romance, it will lead to a great deal of challenges as well as some form of happiness. But it is not entirely stable, whatever this romance is. So you will constantly be pushing forward. You're constantly going to be burning for this enlightenment to come through. You will be burning and essentially burning off preconditions of what you expect in romances, especially how you define victory in romance. There's a great lesson to learn here, and it has to do with a type of transformation, but it's a transformation of your own ideals and how you value and how you ground yourself, as well as you communicate modes of expression when it comes to what you expect. There's going to be definitely a challenge here. This person will offer you a type of love, also a type of commitment. A commitment that they've had their eye on for some time, but it would lead to a type of tribulation, some sort of cunningness on their part. You have to be careful what they say because they could be emotionally manipulating you. And essentially, I see here definitely some form of a transformation through the tower's energy after this occurs. That is their intention. I think you have to be careful with this person's motivations. Though there is a possibility, because you guys have been waiting to connect, there is a possibility to connect. But I'm telling you now that there is going to be a big shift, as well as some sort of lesson to be learned here as well. Yeah, definitely. And there's a secret beginning that you're moving on. Essentially, there's a sense that you're moving on onto a new quest that involves your true happiness, as well as your true north, what you value, and that's where you're moving towards, beyond just this situation, whomever this Knight of Cups / King of Pentacles is, who's been offering you something. You may even have options, at least two of them. But I think you're trying to balance out and use reason. There's something you have to learn from the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. That portal is closed. Hopefully that was clear enough for you. The second portal is now opening. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay, there is something bothering you in the headspace right now. We have the Eight of Swords here. Eight of Swords always indicates some sort of mental block because of a cycle that is causing a type of prison for your mind, okay? There is a challenge here that first came out, and it's the challenge that you're focusing on. There is a feeling that there is no grounding right now with your current sort of situation, whatever is happening with you. It doesn't seem like it's happening. There is a type of choice you have to make that's very imbalanced, but also you are close to really breaking the threshold when it comes to this. The choices are between the past and the present, or the past and the future. There's strong, very intense changes happening with you that has to do with your foundation, with how you define yourself in, say, society, as well as how you define yourself in, say, a traditional situation or a traditional relationship. Something about the foundation of this had to change, and the sun's energy came in like a ray of light and challenged this structure, and the structure fell. Some sort of pretense of what you thought was powerful had to be recalibrated, and now you're trying to ground yourself. As you're grounding yourself, as if you have a veil over your eyes, just over your face or your eyes, but you can still see through the veil. There's an option for you to really choose a truth out of two truths. One looks to the past, the other looks to the future. But then as you're doing that, there still is this like past and future like oscillation that is vibrating out of control, and it's driving you insane. Now, there is a possibility that in the near future there will be a new cycle, okay? A new cycle that potentially could recycle an old cycle, okay? Now, I don't mean to cause you any fear. I'm just saying that there are some things that you're formulating in your mind through great analysis, some truths about a situation. The truths take two forms. One looks to the past, one looks to the future, but both deal with shadow aspects, okay? Underneath it all, there is the desire, the move towards the Three of Pentacles, which is all about creating structures of harmony, as well as planning out certain things and moving forth with the power of cooperation, as well as balanced cooperation, as well as coming into power. Okay. It seems to me that your vision is coming forth for this new foundation, one that is based on fixity, on Saturn, as well as the ability to encompass something, to be holistic, especially in your intuition. Your intuitive forces are waking up so that you don't get wrecked by, say, another tower moment, and perhaps that's what your mind is forcing yourself to do. But you can't do that because as soon as the swords processes cups, as soon as air processes water, it alters it somewhat. It crystallizes it in a way that's too rigid. Perhaps you should release that and try to warm your mind, warm your center, your power center. Eat warmer foods or think warmer thoughts, for example, would help you sort of process and then help you work with intuitions and work with truths that are based on intuition. And then you can move forward. You are becoming a master at really taking your time and finding emotional harmony within you through the external world. You're feeling others' emotions in the near future, and this will be an awakening of a sort, a type of gift that you are being given through the hangman's energy. There's a lot of healer energy here, as well as a possibility to really feel something. So there's a lot of 12th house energy here There's a lot of Piscean energy here, which is in your seventh house of relationships. Now, when it comes to this, someone will finally let go of a pretension and will be offering you something. And this has been something that's been causing you a great deal of analysis, of processing of truths. You become so much obsessed with thinking about this that you've become almost, you basically have almost embraced the truth. But there's something about the situation that is finally letting loose. And then there's a possibility for this Three of Pentacles to happen. From the Four of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles through a delivering of a pentacle to you. Now, that means that there will be an external karma that occurs after this person gives you something. Something will occur, and then finally healing will occur here with Sagittarius's energy, as well as Aquarian energy, the water bearer. This is all about, this is temperance. This is all about being very patient and having your guides as well as whomever watches over you, the higher power, essentially converting the energy of love into something that is more harmonious. Okay, it's this alchemy as well as the fusion of energies, cooperation, interdependence as opposed to codependence. Okay, there's a beautiful indication here that there might be a reaching out soon from someone who has been going through a lot and trying to heal a lot, and now they're giving to you in the future in order to create a new cycle. Okay, but be careful. Your mind is very activated, and in a way, um, you're very concerned with your own health right now, and that's very, very, very good. Okay, right. Um, onward. That portal is closed. Okay, I am going to switch decks now. This is the Ohio deck from the 70s in America. Okay. Third portal is now opening. Your final portal. I do appreciate you tuning in. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. I thank you. Also, I am available for personals. You can find me in the About section under Business Inquiries. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. There's a group of people that you are dealing with that want to see a change. They want to see a choice or move in a certain way, stand at a critical point in order to make something happen. There's a lot of motivation to do this, a lot of fire, as well as um, the need to protect also the delicacy of the situation. This has to do with a type of conservative way of living that the people around you are dealing with, and they are trying to make a choice and get to a point of abundance, to get to a point of receiving something. These people are acting out of impulse, and you're watching them from a distance, but you don't really care about them. Your heart is moving somewhere else. Your love is moving somewhere else from these people. And these people are so concerned and so almost single-minded about this that they're not realizing some sort of very stark truths that have to do with this. You may be very judgmental of them, and you may see that their way of thinking and their way of doing things is not conducive to anything. It's as if they're parasitic in a way. They don't really, perhaps, they don't have the vision that you do when it comes to the aspects of true happiness through love. Now, it's as if these could be friends or people that you just know, perhaps two different people that you are courting. They don't have the vision. They have a tendency towards, I would say, playing a game, and it's not very grounded for you. They're lacking grounded energy. However, they can go ahead and follow their passions, and it might lead to um, some sort of feeling of happiness. But I think you don't see it that way. There's some sort of choice that you are making as well, having to deal with really analyzing the situation, trying to analyze the hell out of it intuitively, especially, and to following your emotional understanding of this complexity. Now, because these people are behaving this way, there's at least two people doing this. There is something that you're doing as well, which is essentially escaping with your reason and going to a place that does not have to do with um, what you think might be the consequences of their actions, okay? Or their inactions, the consequences of their inactions. I think the way you're seeing them is that their way of doing things is outdated or perhaps already been done. And there's almost like an artificial quality to the way they're going through it. It's as if they've created some sort of tower for themselves. And as you know, in traditional tarot, the tower usually falls. Now, granted, in this deck, you can't get the tower. However, it just seems that way. There's that type of energy where it's like a false pretense about a structure they're trying to make a choice on to create either through reason or through passion. But it's lacking in the heart. And I think they're trying to define themselves with the systems around them, like the structures, the societies around them, and these very conservative ways of doing things that are just not conducive to productivity, to structures of love or structures of harmony. And there's something that you found through a type of mental departure, um, which is a type of love, which is not very. It's just not the type of love you're looking for is very true and very grounded in a certain way. And I think it's important for you to know that you're on the path towards some unknown but beautiful place that is very not it's not traditional. It's different, but it's also exotic, and it's also unknown, undiscovered. You're on that way with your love. Okay? Right. So those are your three readings. I do thank you, my dear Virgo. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate your likes and your subscribes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May the fires of creation watch and wash over you and strip away anything that is of a false pretense. Thank you. Bye-bye.